What does skipper Jim Riggleman think about tonight's game? Let's go downstairs and pick up his comments right now.
Right now, the Wolf corresponding move tomorrow. Now back to regular business.
How's Zim?
I don't know. Zim, you know, there was a cramp. It wasn't the same leg as the previous injury. So, you know, hopefully it was a cramp. I say it was a cramp. I hope it wasn't a pull of some type, but he definitely felt something. So, you know, it'll probably be sore tomorrow when he wakes up, and we'll just see how it goes. I don't know yet.
How good was it to see Nieves get that big hit and then Pudge come through for you?
Yeah, well, both catchers have just been outstanding, you know. Great at bat by both guys. Pudge hit a really tough pitch down and away and got us an insurance run there. And Will did a great job behind the plate. You know, Will's a pro. He handles his role as the backup catcher tremendously, and he gets some big hits for us. So, you know, we're fortunate in our catching situation. We're pretty good right there.
Did you give any thought to pinch hitting for Will in that spot?
No, I was not going to use Pudge tonight to catch. He was going to get the day off as far as bending down and catching. So he was at most he was going to hit. Otherwise, that was it. Not going to catch tonight.
How about Lannon tonight, Jim? John Lannon tonight, the way he got through all those hits and was able to keep runs off the board.
Yeah, well, he really battled. I tell you, John's the little glitch that he has going on is his breaking ball against left-handers. I think 7 of the hits he gave up, or the 9 or 10 hits he gave up, 7 were against left-handers, and he's a work in progress still with his breaking ball. But that being the case, he got big outs when he needed, none bigger than the double play on a guy who's very tough to double up. Zim made a great play on that. Kennedy turned it very nice. That was a huge play right there. But you know, he's a battler, he's a competitor, and you know, he gave us a chance to win, and we won.
They made a couple errors that, excuse me, helped you guys out a little bit. How nice is it to be on the other end of that after some of the games you guys lost that way last year?
Yeah, it's occurred to me that you know, I know we did lose a lot of games like that, but it was a great effort play by Barmas. You know, at second base, he's trying to backhand that ball, and he made a great effort on it. The part that helped us was that where it went after he, you know, it went in no man's land, so we could score on the play, which was you know, kind of fluky. But you know, we took advantage of some situations, and you know, guys played hard. We're down again in the ball game early, and they kept battling and playing hard. Their guy threw great. Hamill threw really good. He was, in the last inning he threw, he was one of the better velocity pitches he threw all night. So it was a tough challenge all night, and you know, our guys were up to the challenge.
Especially when you consider what the bullpen's problems were like at the beginning of last season. How much of a better feeling do you have going into late innings now with the way, especially guys like Clippard and Capps have been throwing? Yeah,
I think Clipp started this last year. Clipp really did a nice job for us, but the addition of Capps has been real big, and I think the addition of Bruni's going to be real big. You know, like a couple of our hitters, we just haven't quite gotten out of the blocks yet. Bruni hadn't quite gotten out of the blocks, but the ball's coming out of his hand good. And once we get him going, along with Capps and Clipp, the way they're throwing, it's going to be a nice feeling to be able to go 3 and 4 innings deep with power arms like that. And we see Bruni making strides, so add him to the mix, and it's going to be real good.
Jim, did tonight's win sort of typify something about you and team? You had Ryan out by the end of the game, you know, kind of a small crowd here, but you know, a lot of things. You know, John giving him 11 hits and coming through. Did that sort of, you know?
Yeah, I think it does to some extent, but you know, that's a very good ball club we're playing. I really like the way we're competing with these really top ball clubs, and Sometimes we're doing it, like you said. Zim's has missed some games, missed a couple innings tonight, but while he was in there, he was a huge contributor. Our guys in the middle of the infield are playing great baseball. Our catchers are playing great baseball, and again, we are where we are. It's 15 games into the season is all it is, but we are where we are, and we know we haven't hit our stride.
Jim, do you have an idea of who might start on Friday?
I do, but we're not ready to announce that move right now.
Did Marquis come to you guys at some point and say that there was something going on in the elbow?
Yeah, today he came in and he said, I woke up this morning. He's actually thrown a fair amount, not a lot, but he threw in the last couple of days. He did his bullpen stuff. He did some flat ground stuff, throwing the ball very nice. And I'm going to say 10 days ago, 12 days ago, he said, I felt a little something, but nothing that was prohibitive from him pitching. And so he's been monitored very closely about how he's feeling, and was fine. He was fine up to yesterday. He threw quite a bit, felt good, and then came in today and said he kind of woke up this morning and he just was kind of locked up a little bit, didn't have any extension in his elbow, and so we went and checked it out, and I'm not sure what the results were or anything like that, but we're just going to shut him down precautionary here for a few days.
One thing I neglected to mention, I apologize, is he's going to have a second opinion with Dr. Kremchuk in Cincinnati. And we'll get back to you upon that coming back. I apologize for that.
What day is that again?
I mean, it's their schedule.
Okay.
But it is a DL thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim, can you talk about Niger Morgan and what he provides, the hustle and energy? I mean, it looked like those both bunt singles basically when he got called out in the fourth, and the way he dives for every ball in center field.
Yeah, well, we need him out there, that's for sure. He's our catalyst, and he put down a couple great bunts today. Again, like you said, the energy that he provides, the distraction for the pitcher, just classic stuff for a very fast leadoff hitter and good center fielder. So, hopefully we can just keep him healthy and keep him going.
And what was the call on that? I mean, I guess he said he was running outside or inside the 3-foot lane, but by the time he got down to the bag, it looked like he was certainly on the line, if not inside the.
I'm going to have to let you argue that one next time. But, that it's almost impossible not to. And it's been talked about, umpires and rule makers and everybody, they know the bag is inside the line, so it's very hard not to be inside the box there when you're running. So it's a tough one. I obviously haven't seen it, from my angle, I can't tell for sure. But it's a tough call, and it was it was a little deflating because we had him leading off there and getting on, and all of a sudden he's not on. So.